melanin-rich people only own 1% of housing. Melanin-rich people only own less than 1% of land. Melanin-rich people only own 1% of businesses. That's what's been going on after all this time. Mm-hmm. And we have not done the assessment and have brought up the proper data to evaluate, are we really, really moving forward? Because we give ourselves a lot of rah-rah, a lot of big ups and all that. We should be positive. We should lift each other up. But it's kind of like a handicapped basketball player. He only can do so much. See? So you can't keep praising him. Yeah, you made a good shot. Yeah, that's nice, but you really can't play in the NBA. You know that, right? And so what I'm saying is we've been waiting a long time. We're the only goddamn people that's on the goddamn waiting list to have a heaven on this earth. Check this out. Now, we had it before. It's been waiting a long goddamn time to have it again. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like if you go to a food restaurant and they mess up on your order. And they say, hey, why don't you go and park in the front? We're going to bring your food out there. Now, if you're waiting out there an hour, you're going to get out and say, hey, what the hell is up?
Right.
You got me waiting a long time, man. What the hell? That's what we ain't doing that with our leaders. We ain't doing that with each other. We ain't doing that for the shit that we claim that we want and desire in life. We still waiting in that goddamn line. Mm-hmm. We still in the drive-thru. So what I do is I just assess things based on, the current, what people claim to be the big shit right now. Mm-hmm. And if you the big shit, you're going to have darts thrown at you. That's how the game goes. You're going to have people that hate on you, as they say. Mm-hmm. And like I explained on the show yesterday, we have with these words that we use, these connotations that we use, these colloquials, these mottos, and we use words like negative, words like love, you see what I'm saying? Words like hate. If they're not used in a proper context, it will pivot the conversation to take you from the substance that you've been seeking. Wisdom and knowledge and understanding, comprehension and computational skills to have the real leader skills within you. So you wouldn't have to look for nobody vicariously. Mm-hmm. That's why they give you books and tell you in religion, this is the way. That's why they be on the corners, Nation of Islam, Jehovah's Witnesses, this church, that organization, because they already know we don't know shit. They already assume that. They already presume that. So now they invading on your space because you ain't never said shit to them.
Right.
So really, you're on a psychological attack. Check that out. Mm-hmm. Because all these people that come to you that way, they're supposed to have an organization that's already set up to draw you to them based on law of attraction. Remember, these are people that say they know God and all these things. And they know how to lead, and they know what the hell they're talking about. But you will find out that the people that really know the truth are the people that at the lowest level or in the underground. Those who not pop. You always look for the people that are unsung, because the unsung is the one that done the most. Check our history out. We talk about all the prophets and the Messiah, and we label them ourselves. We brand them. We don't do the research. We don't say George Washington Carver is a Messiah. Check that out. We don't even say Imhotep is a Messiah. But we say people are the Messiah and the prophet, guess what? If they're under religious protocols. And if they're under religious protocols, well, they're manipulating your spirit. Because religion means to control. Religio in Latin. If someone got to tell you about your innate self, how to control yourself, you're already being controlled. Check that out. By default, unintentional, it doesn't matter. Because you're supposed to already have a construct in the community, in the neighborhood, and in the nation to already be in place to have you to be taught about that. What I'm saying is we still dealing with the three-headed dog, what you call Christianity, Islam, and Judaism.
Tell
and
us
that
about
three-headed dog is on one body. You was about to say something?
Oh, no, I was just saying, tell us about it.
Well, this three-headed dog is owned by the corporation. They are a corporation. And these private corporations under ecclesiastic law has to market certain slogans, certain words, certain things to what? To what? Put you on a click, like a, how can I say? Like a switch in your room. So when they say certain words, your mind turns. Freedom, justice. And you think you can get that. Just like some type of ding-dong or cupcake and shit at the store. I want you people to soak this in.
Yeah.
People are telling you you can get something that you already inherently have in you, that you're supposed to manifest out of you. Creation. You're supposed to be a creator. So when every time they distract you, you are not creating a real resolve and remedy for yourself or for your community, family, etc. So dealing with these three-headed dogs, they sick them on. They sicked them on us all last year, 2014. You know, Mike Brown, Trayvon Martin, and other people, they had a little sub-mini-me marches, which they set it up for the main march that they had, about 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. See, all this is planned out. This is business. With life or death, of course, and manipulation and a whole bunch of goddamn lies to do it. See, they feeding up our vulnerability. They feeding off our insecurity and our inferiorities that we have been planted in us since birth. Our DNA, our cells are constructed to white supremacy. And the only way you get rid of white supremacy when you get rid of it out of you. You got to get rid of it out of you first. You got to do a spiritual, physical, bio-spiritual detox. And you have to call it for what it is, 100%, or you're going to be caught up in third dimension density. Because this planet, this solar system, all that is moving to fourth dimension. That's why they're dealing with everything that's equivalent to the number 4. Whether they show you 22, 13, whatever numbers you add up, people dying, it goes back to the number 4 because we're moving to the fourth dimension. Be aware of that. That's why you have a 4G phone. Because you're dealing with the cube, right? Mm-hmm. You're dealing with the Hajj. You're dealing with the Oswald, the black stone. You're dealing with Saturn or Satan or Saturday, Sheba. Serious. And that's what we need to be, serious. But we're not being serious because we're not giving up our life. To gain life, you have to give it up. What I mean by that, you have whatever it takes to do it. Because people doing whatever it takes to make money. Check that out. People do anything to make money. But they won't do anything to help their brother and sister. And that's why I brought up about what you call spiritual bordering. Because the money, we don't know how to use it. We haven't even mastered how to use money. We talk about it.
That's right.
I got this money. He's rich. We haven't even mastered it. We haven't even mastered the illusion yet. How about that? Can you fuck with reality? You ain't mastered the illusion yet. See, that's why we keep getting played. Yeah, you got to master the illusion. Yeah, you're dealing with duality. You have to master it. We even step into the realm of real realities. I'll say that.
And when you say master your money, you mean turning your liquid into wealth, real wealth, investing in land, property, silver, gold, so forth and so on?
Well, yeah, that's that too. But what I'm saying is we got to go to the real forensics of money. Where did it start? How did it start? What does it mean? And then when you understand what real money means, you'll understand in your contract, birth certificate, social security card, driver's license, applications, them are all forms of what you call negotiable instruments, which is classified as money. But we don't know that, though. When the woman signs the birth certificate at birth, at the delivery room, the nurse comes in, has her sign the bond application, and she gets $2,000, $3,000 for that. How many people know that? And they send that shit up to the Federal Reserve. And then they create and they make a bond, and it starts off $1 million. And it's put into the state treasury where you stay at in that particular state. You're supposed to know the laws of the land, the real law. There are some things called real law. But what they have been giving us is statutes and codes, and we keep thinking that's real law because they say it's law, and we have not gone back and checked the menu and the directions, just like you building up a goddamn table or a baby crib that you bought from Walmart, and you went ahead and didn't read it, and then you built it up fucked up instead of reading the directions. And that's what we have not been doing. We have not been reading the direction. Guess what? All this shit is voluntary. Check that out. All of it. All our pain and woe and suffering is voluntary. And it's signed with a signature. That they had to do that so the karma would come back on them. The karma comes on us because it was better for us not to know it than to know it and not do nothing about it. So we have a responsibility being the melanin rich, God, creators, we know it all on fucking earth. It's time to challenge who we are at our supreme level because we keep tipping off what our ancestors already did. Keisha and Pookie ain't did shit. So you can't take what Imhotep done or what Amon-Ra and all these different, which is all principles of life, so we will move forward. We're not understanding that. Them are direction. And we're not seeing it, so we become religious-fied and then give too much homage outside ourselves, whether it be Jesus, Allah, Yahweh, and even Amon-Ra, even other different names. We keep going outside ourselves. We do not have the original name of God. Because the expression of the original name of God is the people as a community or a culture that interface with the earth with true intent and intuitiveness with the two polarities of the male and female species on earth to conduct a family, conduct, energy. You conduct energy to receive the higher awareness of divine consciousness and awareness. And we got that secondary based on the foods that we ate, besides meditation. That's what food was for, to make sure you be conscious, to make sure you be aware, a form of communication. That's it. The gratifications and, you know, it feels good and all that, that's what you're supposed to war against. You see, the flesh is weak, but the spirit is willing, as they say. Well, that's what that means. You got to fight, we got to fight the attention, the addictions that we are attached to. And we keep adapting and adopting to it. You see, we got to go back to the mindset of dealing with what you call the bushes. We got to get back to touching the land with our hands and the ground with our feet, bare feet. You got to hug the mother. The mother got to hug you. She want to give her love, but you ain't giving her no love. And I'm talking about the Mother Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So, dealing with these different entities that we dealing with out here, and I'm flipping it, I say to the brothers that I dealt with, that I learned from in the last past 6 years, that I've been so-called conscious, that I qualify myself as conscious, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
Learning from these brothers that I've seen on YouTube, meeting some of these brothers, buying some of their books, doing this, doing that, spreading them, giving them props, da-da-da-da. And to come to find out that from all the things I learned from them, a lot of them not upholding when the shit hits the fan. We had great people that told us what the hell was up, whether they did something foul or not. They still have the substance that will help us move forward psychologically, mentally, spiritually. And the brothers now, that's my age, that's supposed to be the conscious heads at this point, they totally 100% bullshit. These brothers are advocating people that they know ain't shit. It's kind of like you got an uncle in your family, and he's a pedophile.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody wants to say shit. Because he got money.
Mm-hmm.
He looks tough. He got stature. He talks a good game, but he's raping the goddamn children. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I put the guys like Farrakhan in. Because all those niggas that went down there, none of them niggas would never go to a Jesse Jackson Million Man March, Al Sharpton Million Man March, T.D. Jakes Million Man March. Would they go to that? No, they wouldn't. They'll talk dirtball bad about that shit, just like I'm talking about this shit that they went to. Because you already know who they are. But people want to be selective. And they want to play this brother boy. Oh, he's a brother. He's a leader. I felt good. I listened to him. He was the only motherfucker around. Of course you're going to be able to listen to him. And it ain't that many leaders that the NOI let get out and preach and shit. You know that, right?
Uh-huh.
You know they kill the real people. So now you have minimized leaders.
So you're saying
You don't have
Farrakhan is...
Go ahead.
You're saying Farrakhan is what?
It's what, for you to have to ask me that lets me know that you're still dealing with in denial. Let me tell you why. Remember, I gave you an analogy of waiting in the goddamn drive-thru. Now, this is reality. You're a woman. You should know this. When a man don't do shit, really? You're like, what the fuck have you done for me lately? Now, you know, I've been around for what? Almost about 90 years. 90 years. 90. Now, I want you to stick that into your head. They've been around 90 years. They had prophets, messiahs, great men. Check this out. Garnered up billions of dollars. I just want you to sink this in.
Mm-hmm.
People got killed, unsolved mysteries, never been solved.
Mm-hmm.
Farrakhan's involvement with what? With a Christian missionary named Sun Myung Moon, who has ties to Dwight Eisenhower, who has ties with Strom Thurmond, with Richard Nixon, with Ronald Reagan. So you look for people in their affiliation. See, we can get dog Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, and these other guys all day long. We didn't get the last one yet. The main one. Because if you do research on Al Sharpton, you ain't going to find too much but the nigga snitch. Jesse Jackson, he set up Martin Luther King to get killed. But if you do research on Farrakhan, you're going to find a goddamn boatload of shit. And it's a matter of fact. Based on his affiliation with homosexuality community. Sun Myung being on Time Magazine. He was in Time Magazine October the 5th, 14, 2005. And you know what Farrakhan said himself? After they gave him some blood? Yeah, Farrakhan had to get some blood from white people. He had to go to a hospital to get some blood from white people. Now, what the hell is all that? See, you got to hold people up to what they say they are. You can't just let it run out the door because they books say dark guys do wonderful, great shit. So when you look at it, Farrakhan said himself, and I'm going to read it to you, verbatim what he said. See? Okay. See, we got to hold people accountable for what they say. So now you'll get it. So it won't look like I'm just bashing them just to hate the brother I woke up. I'm just going to hate on Farrakhan and shit. Or any other nigga.
Uh-huh.
So what he said is, we don't feel we need another march. Let me repeat that again to you. This was when he was doing the Million More March. I think this was around his 5th march. You know, he had 7 million-man marches. I hope everybody know that. Let me repeat that again. Farrakhan's NOI had 7 million-man marches, including the one we just passed 2 weeks ago. That's called repetition of stupidity. For people that keep falling for shit like that. Not to mention all the other marches that we had. Not to march all the way back to the 60s and all that shit. Did you see where it got us?
Oh, yes,
use common sense? I mean, well, what is he? Well, shit, what else could he be? I can guarantee you this. Elijah Muhammad wouldn't told you to do no goddamn march. Malcolm X wouldn't have told you to do no shit like that. Marcus Garvey, should I go on? David Walker, Nat Turner, Hannibal Bay, Shaka Zulu. I mean, you really think they'll tell you to march? See, we ain't thinking, but we always talk about our ancestors and how great what they done, but we only think about what the hell they done. They showed us examples what the hell to do. They was the template in their time to show you what to do now. They were the biophysical hieroglyphics. They were the books. But we keep going with this second-hand, third-hand bullshit strategy. And the brother said, well, what strategy do you know? Well, no. You got a plan? No, we supposed to have a goddamn plan. I don't know every goddamn thing. Don't put all that burden on me. I'm not going to play Messiah, prophet, and I'm saving all the goddamn people. What I'm saying is, let me get back to what Farrakhan said, though. He said, we don't feel we need another march. That's Farrakhan. But we need to create a movement that ties the talented tent of what we call W.E. Du Bois. This Negro said, you need to have a creative movement like W.E. Du Bois. Now, we all know who W.E. Du Bois, or at least you should know. He was a fucking sellout that went against Marcus Garvey. A man that was building his own shit.
Yes, sir.
So why the hell I want to be like him? He's telling you he's bootleg. Check that out. So when you ask me what he is, he tells you what it is. Everything that comes out of a person's mouth, they always reveal it to you who they are. You just got to know how to decipher the language they're speaking. The connotation, the denotation, the etymology, the metaphysics of what they're saying. You have time to do it.
And you're in a place.
Go ahead.
And you're in a place that where you're telling people, stop looking for a leader, stop looking for that one person to lead you, come out of that mess because you have the answer within yourself. You are the book. You are life.
Correct. You are the prayer. You are the author. You are everything. Everything comes from you. It's design that comes from you. It's to you. And so if you take your person from himself, person don't have no self-esteem. So now you get pimped. Remember, when you watch Karate Kid or Chinese movies and people, the master teaches the student, he sends them off on his own. And he learned to be a man himself, right? And a woman herself. You go through your own rites of passage, meaning I came here by myself, I leave by myself. That's another phrase for it. And you got your rites of passage is your experience and experience in life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you said it right on the nose. Yeah, we don't need no goddamn leaders. For what? Because if Farrakhan was my absolute leader, they kill him, then what? We don't know shit no more.
Exactly. And that's the
How
loop.
that works.
That's the loop. That's the cycle that black folks are in. This is why it's like we're chasing our tail. We're running around in circles because we keep trying to follow somebody. We keep trying to put one man on the top so that we can follow somebody. Let's look to this person or that person. Where is everyone to help us do this? Why isn't someone doing this? If we all did it, then everything would fall into line. So if the men stepped into their rightful place and the women stepped into their rightful place, then it would naturally fall into line. But it's taking responsibility. Responsibility of what? Life.
You just said more than what Farrakhan said in a 2-hour goddamn session on 10. You all beat it right there. You beat it right there. You see how easy that is? And I didn't have to pay $300 to get a plane, boat, or a bus. I didn't have to get no hotel. I didn't have to pay all my enemies money to beg them on their front lawn to get freedom and justice like it's a goddamn cake in the goddamn store.
Yes, sir.
So what I'm saying is we already know the answer. We just don't do it because we are afraid.
We just need to do it. It's a matter of execution because we know the problem. The problem is divide. They're keeping us divided. So the answer to the divide is to come together. Now all we need to do is come together.
Now, let's put it in perspective, though. What you mean by come together? Everybody's not going to come together. Got to keep that in mind.
Oh, I'm not looking for a kumbaya moment. Far from it. I'm talking about, I don't feel that we have to love everybody. And just because you're my color doesn't mean you're my brother. When I mean come together, I mean if you're a family unit, make that family unit solid. Stop looking outside of your family to make stuff solid. Like an example, when you send your kid to public school, don't look for that public school to do much. If your child can't read, that's your fault, not the public school's fault. Do your part. Get you right.
Let's get to the nitty-gritty. We keep using their shit and then talk about it. Well, you're not teaching our schools. You're not giving us a job. Well, damn, they built it. They got legs and arms and eyes and brains. We got legs and arms and eyes and brains. They can build shit. We can build shit. I don't get that. But see, we know we got to start from scratch. So we like, that's too much. I'd rather take the welfare. Because we all on welfare. I don't know why people talk about people that's on actually welfare. No, the whole black race is on the welfare. Prove me wrong. Because we're getting their checks. We're getting their dollars with a white guy on it with a goddamn wig.
Yeah.
That's how bad it is. We got a guy with weave in his head. Fucking weave. A wig. And we pass it around and suck dick for it and kill each other for it.
And it's a note. It's not even wealth anymore. There's not much even backing it anymore. It's fiat currency now. It's some paper.
Correct.
So
it's
now the only thing that makes it real is your belief in this thing. So if you can believe in some fiat money and make it valuable, imagine if you believed in yourself and your creative juice. Yeah.
I said on another show that, it's simple what the answer is. Just fucking stop doing what you're doing. You're supposed to figure out other shit when you stop doing that. You can't figure out to do the next thing to resolve a remedy if you're still doing that thing. You got to stop doing that first. Clear your mind up.
Make room.
Then you strategize. Then you be still. Then you move forward. So you got to stop first. That's the answer. So it ain't complicated.
That's right.
But that comes with a sacrifice, And people like, I ain't ready to sacrifice. That hurts. I can't do that. My kids might get killed. I can't be hungry too long. And da 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 da. Hey, I don't want to do that shit either. But hey, you got to do something. But just fast for goddamn slave and be happy. Don't complain about nothing.
Don't complain. That's the point. Don't complain. If you don't want to do anything, if you don't want to make change, well, then sit there and deal with it. Because change hurts. It's uncomfortable. You got to get uncomfortable, and you have to move. You got to get, if you're too comfortable, you're not going to change. Change is uncomfortable, and it hurts sometimes, and you're going to need to sacrifice. That's how it is. That's what it is. You can't get around it.
Right? And I'd like to read something from you. I got to sit through my phone to let you know, these guys, what justice meant. I'm going to read off these titles so people can get a better understanding of how we've been fucking duped. Big time. And as justice reads, we come now to justice. A specific habit differs from a specific faculty or science. As each of the latter covers opposites, e.g. example, the science of the health is also the science of sickness. Let me read that again. The science of health is also the science of sickness, whereas the habit of justice does not cover, but is opposed to the habit of injustice. Justice itself is a term used in various senses, and the senses in which injustice is used vary correspondingly. Used by Aristotle, BCE 315.
So for them to, when they're making you sick, and then saying that they have a cure, it's all the same thing.
Exactly. They don't say the flip side coin of it. It's like health. Health and sickness is the same thing. Sickness is the expression of health. It's the language. It's telling your ass, give me a red flag. Look, you better do something about it. If you don't use it, you're going to expire.
So we take that term and then we incorporate that into a perverted system, and this is what you have today. Because in the system, they turn everything on its head.
Correct.
So we make you
everything
unhealthy.
in reverse.
Yes. So we make you unhealthy and then provide you a remedy. But the goal is to make you sick.
Correct. And that's called, in reverse, it's called demon SDO. That means the devil is God in reverse. Check that out. So they claim they're using polarity science on you. They're using duality science on you. And that's why they got the black man and the black woman. Oh, we got ourselves separated at this time. Because you only can be duped so long. Yeah, we've been duped by the European. Yeah, we lied. We did all that shit. But guess what? It comes a time that we come to a conscious point to know, okay, we've been fucking around long enough. Okay, enough of that.
Right.
And that's where we at now.
They can't literally come in your home and keep you separated. When you're walking up and down the street every day, they can't come. They're not standing there saying, "Don't you look at her? Don't you speak to him? Don't you say?" They're not doing that. At this point, we don't need the whip to be cracked because we're cracking it ourselves. No one's in your face at this point. At this point, we are doing it ourselves. And so at any time we want to be free. Sir Lance used an elephant for an example. You take a baby elephant, you put a chain around the leg, you put the thing into the ground, you put the nail into the ground. Well, now the elephant is full grown. The elephant picks up the nail, can walk around with the nail, but the elephant will always come back to that spot and put the nail back, meaning that you're a slave yourself. You're staying there because you're choosing to stay there. You're free anytime you want to be free. It's going to cost you.
Correct.
But time you choose, you are.
Yeah, we don't want to bleed. And hey, like I said, I don't want to suffer either. But you know, in order to move forward for my son, for my family, and for my friends, I'm gonna have to do something because I know the people that most of them before me, and the niggas that most all I'm doing now are just giving fucking up. They just give us the commercial mindset. You know what I'm saying? Everybody they bought. They trying to position themselves in white supremacy instead of getting rid of it.
It's all
That's
very
at
this point, it's all very Hollywood. It's all very fake it. Everybody has a reality show. It's all so fake. I mean, it's so funny at this point that they're putting men in women's clothing. They're trying to turn children into everybody. It's just, let's just switch it all around. Let's see how crazy we can really go. Let's see how far they'll follow us into the pit.
That's right.
Correct. And see, people playing with this, you know, playing with the zodiac, and we say it's Aquarius. Well, Aquarius is going to reveal every goddamn thing everybody's doing. That's what the knowledge is doing. It's revealing everything. It's turning over, taking a lid off the trash can on everybody on this goddamn planet. And you will speedily know about them real fast because the earth is spinning faster. And that's why the days and weeks are coming so goddamn quick. So for women, men, old, young, whoever is going to be exposed. So that's why we're seeing what we're seeing about the so-called conscious community and other people. We've seen it for what it is now. We had too many veils up that's taken off now.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. It's very thin. You can see through it. You can. It's so deep that you can figure out a person even when you just meet them. They're lying to you or what have you. You can slip it on them.
Yeah.
If you're doing the work, if you're doing the work, if you're coming out of that life, if you're serious about it, you can slip it on.
Exactly. And energy is not playing with nobody. PK, I'm going to use one guy as an example. Now, I ain't trying to doodle on him, but I'm going to use an example. This is Umar Johnson. Very serious brother, taught well, learned a lot from him. Can't knock it. But guess what? He got caught up in a scandal. Why is that? Because it's going to reveal your ass. Is he a bad guy? No. It's like you got to live up to what the fuck you're talking about. Bottom line. That's just the bottom line.
That's right. And I want to preface that with, is he a bad guy? No. The brother said he was practicing abstinence. Well, I mean, it's your word. You go as far as your word.
Brother Siah,
and all of that, then that means that you can get up and
we're getting a lot of static. I don't know what end is coming off of. Brother Siah-El, you're not on a speakerphone, or it's like something rubbing against one of the phones or something. Hearing a lot of little. It's like wind. Yeah.
I'm standing outside. I probably need to go back in.
Oh, okay. Well, if you cup the phone where like over, just keep your voice there because we want to hear every syllable that you share, brother. I'm loving this.
Yeah. No, I'm just get back to what we were talking about. What I'm saying is the reason why I use that as an example. There's a lot of other shit going on too, but I'm using that as an example. So, like you say, your word is going to hold you up. Your word is your bond. Within you. So if he went out and said he was a player and he's fucking all the women and all that, it wouldn't seem so bad if, somebody said some scandalous shit. Like, no one would pay no attention to it. Like, well, we already know he's a goddamn promiscuous person. Well, what you think? We already know that. But when you play high horse, you get taken down. And that's what a lot of brothers are doing. They going high horse and it's getting taken down, and it's taken away from the substance that what they was teaching. They're going through the same falls that a lot of our other leaders have fallen for in the past. Even got the goddamn fake-ass monarchs in the Bible. It shows you every time they fell because they dealt with the negative energy wrong. They dealt with the woman wrong. They dealt with it wrong. You can't play with that shit. You see what I'm saying? That's why That's why Nas and Scarface made that song, I Fucked Hip Hop. They was talking about a woman. They was talking about energy. They talking about no goddamn hip hop. You got to know how to treat this time. We're dealing with the age, which is a masculine age, means men got to hold themselves up even greater at this time because that's why we get fucked up so much.
Mm-hmm.
And you cannot live by your lower nature. We were never meant to be led by our lower nature. You were never meant to be led around by your growing. That's why it's not on your head. It would be on your head if you was meant to be led by that. But you need self-control. You need to be able to control self. We want to control everybody else, and we don't even have control of ourselves.
Bottom line. Because we all are traumatized, and guess what? Nobody don't want to admit that shit. I'm great. I'm happy. Oh, really? Well, I just think 3 motherfuckers got shot on your block. Are you still happy? You don't give a damn about that? Oh, okay. That's what you call happy, huh? On your block. Okay. see, we ain't got that omni love. We ain't got that stereo love. We ain't got that reach out love. We just got it. You know, whatever I get, that's it. You know, money, money, money.
Mm-hmm. I got mine.
Everybody mostly mind is focused on money, and you're not healing yourself from the traumatization and the post-slavery and post-bullshit that you've been going through.
Yeah. That's powerful. Powerful. Because you can't just, when you have these horrific things happening to you and you call yourself powering through it, or you're not registering it, or you going to push through, it registers, especially in your subconscious. That thing registers, and you better deal with it. You better go deal with your inner self and talk that mess out and get it out of you, or you will keep confronting it. You'll end up in a cycle.
Exactly. If what's going to happen is, if somebody is really going to come out, it's not going to be who you think you expect it to be. I can guarantee you that.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't going to be nobody at no podium. I can guarantee you that. Because that's how they get you. You got to speak into the air when you're really playing shit. Because they got all this technology to tape and have surveillance on your ass.
Yep.
And if you're going to counter them, you can't tell them all your goddamn business. You can't tell them what to do. That's idiotic. They're going to counter that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. They got the guns and bottles. What the hell you going to have? You already talking about what you going to do to them. Justice or else. That's a goddamn bluff. That's a punk bitch shit. From a people that supposed to be army type like people. Supposed to have all this discipline and all this shit. And play with those young people's minds. And I'm only speaking for the young people because they don't know no better. They only going there because their parents are making them go. You see, they the ones gonna see the shit, and this shit gonna backfire on all of them. And that's why I'm putting it out there like that, so they will hear something like that, because it ain't too many, blog talks or shows really talking about it. It's some out there that's getting on it, but they ain't going all the way, though. They need to go all the way. Farrakhan, Louis Farrakhan is 100,000% fucking agent. How can he not be? He's on a 501c3.
Yes, sir.
What the hell's wrong with people? Well, what paperwork is he signing with the European? See, here we go. He's the beast. He's the devil. What the fuck paperwork he signing? He sure ain't signing the outlaw paper. I can guarantee you that.
Arm, leg, arm, head.
You see what I'm saying? That's how you're supposed to audit these people. AUDIT. You can audit these people and find out what they doing with the money. Very easy. They can talk all this shit all they want. Where's the money going? And then you know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Peace and blessings, Brother Lance.
Yes, I just want to add in Black Lion. Black Lion, welcome to the show. We have Brother Siah-El and Joy Green here. Last night we had a conversation, very similar, just as fiery. We spoke for 2 hours, but YouTube only uploaded 24 minutes of it, which is out of my hands. Like tonight, once this show is over, it takes a little time to process, and then I go back and I look, and I make sure everything is there. We lost a lot of valuable dialogue last night, so this is why I'm recording the audio separately. So if they pull that stunt again, I have everything to distribute. And we're going to keep on going with this and just, having these types of shows. We're going to have our fun shows, relationship shows, and all those other things. But this is also a special kind of fun also, even though it's a very serious business. This isn't a game. But it's just by the amount of people who are viewing and people who I'm texting to back and forth, brother, they're loving you. And, of course, they love you also, Black Lion, from the other night when you put it down. So I'm honored to be in the presence of all three of you, Joy, Black Lion, and Siah-El. And I just want to get this type of stuff that most people are afraid to say, because one of the points that you both made, Black Lion and Siah, is that we get so caught up in the emotional and the feel-good part of it that we fail to see, that we get this churchified feel-good.
I caught a glimpse of the brother. I stayed up last night. So I caught a glimpse of the brother last night. And you got a text, and I explained to you, what I've been doing with my family, this week.
Yes. Oh, let me just,
my mom passed away the other day. She passed away.
Yes.
Actually, that same night, later on that night, I was coming from the gym. My mom hit me up and was like, yo, Auntie passed and stuff. So I've been doing my family right now. But, I've been putting them on and, putting them on the spirit, and the different things that I've been doing with you guys, man, to understand that, the legacy and all the teachings that my aunt put in front of me. Yes. Because I know we discuss on a lot of times that there's a lot of sisters out there that's half-assed and a lot of elders drop the bomb. But, there is one that has, didn't drop the bomb and has, put me in a situation where I can be a light and I continue to go on. But I listened to the brother last night, man. I listened to him last night because I texted you last night and I wanted to get on because you texted me. But I listened to him also again. Yo, my brother, man, I love you, man. I love you. I'm going to tell you straight up, man. Black Lion, I'm telling you I love you. You're speaking the truth. I think you go a little bit harder than I go. I try to douse it down a little bit at times, but you making me want to step it up, man. You make me want to step my game up, man. It's like playing against Jordan in the finals, and I feel that I need to, come back and really, because I try to go a little bit light on the people, but you know what? I don't think the people need the lightness. Like you said, they need to hear the truth. They need to hear the realness to the heart.
You know how easy it is? Just talk like you're talking in your goddamn kitchen in your living room. That's all you got to do. See, you know how we have those table talks and shit? Just table talk.
Well, I do table talk all the time, but...
no. It kind of takes away from what we really genuinely have to say, and we might say something that's really good and necessary, but we'll think that we might offend someone, then it takes away what the message that you're really trying to put out.
Well, see, that's one thing I don't worry about. I don't worry about offending anybody. You know what I'm saying? Because if somebody offended, that means they got some deep type secrets inside themselves that they need to deal with. That's not my business. You know what I'm saying? So I don't worry about offending anybody. My job and my objective is to teach the truth to these young youth, and get these youth on a level to where, they can back and be supportive. And if I'm going, they continue on and do what they got to do. You know what I mean? I'm raising soldiers. I'm not raising pussies. I'm not raising, I listened to you the other night, the different states. Marcy said, listen, I don't raise pussies. I don't raise, young men that have been cultivated to be emasculated. I raise soldiers. You know what I'm saying? I got young men that are ready to do what they got to do at any point in time. That's all I do.
I'm glad you're bringing that up.
That's all I do.
I'm glad you're bringing it up because that's why I was saying about I check out all the media outlets and I try to find subject matters that need to be talked about but not talked about so we can get a holistic view of this shit. Well, I don't see no brother, even me, never talk about any form of weaponry. And like I told the brother yesterday, we don't have to talk about we killing somebody and all this shit, but we can have a shop and have the ball called Weaponry Ball Talk. Weaponry Talk, showing niggas how to use weapons.
Hey, we'll set up something. We'll set up something right here. Y'all know I'm not scared to talk about anything.
My brother, if you've listened to the Lancescurv show, and if you listen to the last conversation I had with him,
yes,
and I told him, if they come knocking at your door, I will be in my BMW, and I have my shit. I keep my AK. I keep my shit. I'm legitimate. I can handle my business. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, there's a lot of other people talking about, but like you said, I want to comment about what you stated about the passiveness and how we had, 1 million strong. We're supposed to be 100 million men, the Million Man Marching anniversary, but now you're bringing sisters down there. So you got 100 men, supposedly, million men and sisters, but like you said, ain't nobody get up on that George Washington statue and say, you know what, we're not leaving until we get our reparations. You just gave reparations to the Jews. Fuck the Jews. We have more, we have more and earn more representation than anybody else. How come we not getting our stuff? You know what I'm saying? But you know what? Like you said, there's a lot of people out there that's working double standards. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of psyops out there. We got a lot of people out there just because they start off on one path, that don't mean they're going to end on one path. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't understand that. You know, a lot of people don't understand the truth. A lot of people understand what our people are going through at this point in time. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad because I state all the time, it's the blind lead the blind. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of wolves leading sheep to get slaughtered to other wolves, and we can't have that. And the Black Lion don't stand for that. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Exactly, and that's why I was saying, and I'm gonna go on a limb with this. That might not be Farrakhan or these leaders that we're looking at right now. These people might be under complete mind control, Manchurian candidate ass niggas, and we don't know that.
Wow.
Because like, damn, how can his brother take his people? Don't he got some type of empathy in his heart to not do that, to change?
Yeah, but you hear me? It's not even, you know what the problem is, man. People get too caught up in who's what. It's not even about that. Get your mind right. Get your body right. Get yourself physically right in every position where you can deal with whatever comes in to your circumference.
Yes.
That's what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? You can't worry about what the next man is doing. You must be prepared and trained individually and be able, like you said, you know what I mean, to be able to build with the next people, and if they're on that path for what you're trying to do, you deal with them. If they're not, fuck them. And it's the enemy. Isn't that the words you said? If I recall, the words you said was, my enemy is my enemy. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So if you're not for what I'm dealing with, if you're not for what our people dealing with, what we're trying to do, I don't give a fuck you black, white, Asian, whatever, you're going down. You got to go down. You know what I'm saying? Because I will not allow you to come into my circumference and be one of those people that sleep with the enemy, and now you putting me down. I can't have that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even if I make a mistake, I'd rather take a mistake and you be somebody that can be trustworthy, but I got to lay you down, and I say, you know what, I'd rather do that than let you take out the masses and do what you got to do.
Exactly. Yeah, and my main reason is that I'm dealing with this issue with the march and other marches or any other thing that we participate in or nonprofit organizations that tempt off our people and our vulnerability and our burdens and our woes. We keep going to them, and they orchestrate, they direct our energy or divert it from what we need to do. Black Lives Matter, you know, all this bullshit.
All right, Black Lives Matter is ran by who? Ran by Caucasian. It ain't ran by nobody black. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
And that right there, mostly who do you see up with the Black Lives Matter? Everything they show, even if it's brothers there, they always show women. So that shows you what they're about. They're about women being in the forefront, emasculating, and I discussed this the other night, emasculating and effeminating our men, you know what I'm saying, to where we feel that we're nothing. Mm-hmm. We're nothing. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to bring the spiritual of the Amazons back for all our women are Amazons. The Amazons been going for over 2,000 years. Those women are not here anymore. You know what I mean? We can't continue to allow our young brothers, our young sisters to fall to the system. And the problem is, you got a lot of us. You got a lot of us, like I said, and like I said, I love my brother Django, but he didn't understand what I was talking about. Fuck the bullshit. Mm-hmm. Fuck the marching. If we gonna march, you know what? It says in the biblical. You know what I'm saying? We will march with swords towards our enemies.
That's right.
We will march when the trumpets call, we will march with swords towards our enemies. People forget. Jesus had 12 disciples, if you believe in mysticism. But those 12 disciples, they carried fucking swords. And if you came towards Jesus, they would chop your fucking head off. Whether he was a relative, whether he was an enemy, or whoever he was. If they felt that they were in a position where you were trying to attack him or so forth, they would chop your head off. Mm-hmm. We don't have it anymore. Everybody want to talk passive. Yo, I'm not no passive dude. I'm not passive dude. You know, I'm at the point where, like I said, I don't have money, I lost money. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather die in vain with a name
you know what I'm saying, to sit here and get taxed up and be scrubbing and begging for food. I will not beg for food. I will not beg for anything. You know what I'm saying? Our government has put so many different bills and active to where it's to the point where, yes, there are bills in place where they're true or false, to where people will be working for food. You will not have a 9 to 5. You will work for rice and beans. That's what you'll be doing. There's a lot of movies out there that have shown this over the years, whether it be us against the Koreans or Chinese. They show where we capture the Chinese, and the Chinese are working for food. They work for rice and beans. That shit is coming to us. It will come here. It will come to this nation in some form or another. And people don't understand that. People don't understand that it's time to step your game up. If you have nothing, it makes more than any sense to fucking try to get something, because you're gonna die anyway. At some point, you're gonna die anyway. So if you don't have a fucking dollar, what are you losing? What are you losing if you don't have a dollar? What if you're losing if you're damn near homeless? What if you're losing if you damn near lost your job? Okay, and at the point where you're living less than check to check. I'm not saying check to check. You're living less than check to check. What do you have to lose to stand for yourself and say, you know what? I'm going out with a bang.
That's right.
Correct.
Same
That's
way
where
I
I'm
feel.
at. And to expand on what you're talking about, remember I said about holding our friends and family people accountable. Like you said, your partner, your friends, or whoever said, hey, man, I'm going to the march. I'm advocating. Well, the people that are around me, my cousin, I told them I don't fuck with them no more. Dude, if you don't understand this happened, I slow it down for them. I said, dude, this is the 7th march, besides all the other hundreds of marches that we had. Did you ever get the desire that you want out of that? Why in the fuck would you do that? I shouldn't even have to ask you why. You're a fucking coward. Turn your ass on.
Yo, you know what?
That's pretty much what it is.
It's funny, bro, you talk about the march, man, because back in June, I was listening. They was marching about one young man. I can't remember who was that got shot, and I was watching the Hebrew Israelite, and one of the brothers said to the people when he was out in public, he said, "Look at all these black people coming out here, these ignorant black people coming out here. They done bought new tennis shoes to march." He said, "If your brand new tennis shoes are not up somebody's fucking ass with shit stains on them, it was not a reason for you to purchase those brand new sneakers. Why do you purchase those brand new sneakers if they don't have shit stains on them?" You know what? And that's the point that we're at right now. You marching. If you're not marching with your boots, if you're not marching with your mentality straight, saying that, you know what, I'm going to take because it's time to take what I fucking deserve, it's time to take what I earn, it defeats the point. And like I try to tell kids, I marched. I was 17-year-old coming out of high school. I graduated high school early. I marched in 95. I went to the Million Man March. And you know what? I came back home, and 3 weeks later, the same shit was going on. Cats was still out there selling drugs. Women was still being fucking hoes. Babies was still being born. People were still being oppressed in the community. What's the point? You could have saved all that. And like I told her, I'm not going to the march. I'm not going to spend $800 to $1,000 to go to a march from Connecticut, to purchase a hotel, to buy a T-shirt to support somebody. You know what I'm saying? For what? For what? What am I doing that for? What am I doing that for?
Nothing.
What I can take. You know what? You know what, bro? You know what I did with that $800 I had extra that I could have did? I bought me some more fucking guns. I bought me some more fucking goddamn bullets. You know what I'm saying? I went to the fucking gym.
Amen.
I bought me some more protein supplements, so when I go to the gym, when I'm fucking doing my workout at 8:30 at night, I ain't getting tired. I'm building my fucking body up. Right. I'm building my mind up. You know what I'm saying? That's what I fucking did. That's what I did. That's what I did. You know what I'm saying?
And can I say this real quick? I want to tell the females out there, don't allow anyone to separate you from your man. You're not an Amazon, sweetie. Cut that mess out. Don't allow anyone to separate you from your man, because when they do that, they separate you from your wealth. They separate you from your protection. And stop putting your energy, your feminine energy, into church. Your vessel is the church. Your home is the church. Your body is the church. Your children are the church. Don't let them take all of your energy and direct it into a building. It seems like every time black folk get together, it turns into church. That's time out for that. That's a waste of energy, and we need to cut it out. Don't let anybody separate you from your man, because that's removing your protection. Now, we have a situation where a 15-year-old girl was flung around by a white officer. And this white officer was in the midst of young black men and also adult black men. And there was no help, no protection. Why? Because we are divided. That's what happens to the women and the children. That's what happens to the women and the children.
Sister Joy, I never cut you off with your sexy self, but I'm going to tell you, you know what? It has nothing to do with the vision. It has nothing to do with the vision. The main factor is that fucking punk-ass motherfucker that was in that classroom teaching our kids, he was a fucking pussy. Yep. He was a fucking punk. Because you know what? You know what? If that was me, I have a 10-year-old daughter, okay? I have 6 nieces, okay? I have 2 twin nieces, 3 years old. I have a niece 8 years old. I have a niece fucking 24 years old. I have a niece 21 years old. There's no way in hell. No way in hell. When you talk about give me liberty, give me death, okay? Give me liberty, give me death. That's what these white folks talk about. Ain't no way in hell. I don't give a fuck if I wasn't there. If I got the call on my job, I don't give a fuck if I was in Istanbul. If somebody called me and said, yo, this is what took place, I'll be on the next thing fucking smoking. If I only had $1,000 in the bank to get back, I would be on the next thing smoking. And you know what? That motherfucker would have been fucking sleeping with his fucking enemy. That's where he's been at.
Talk about it.
100 rounds for one fucking clown. 100 rounds for one clown. Because no way in hell. No way in hell. You're a fucking bodybuilder, a weightlifter. You got a young girl who's a senior in school. Okay, she had an issue that day. He had an issue, his career being in fucking the schools and in the system. That's why he's in the school system, because he cannot be on the streets. Okay? Right. And you allow this man to toss this fucking girl like she's a fucking discus in the Olympics? Get the fuck out of here, man. And fuck those punk-ass goddamn homosexual kids that was in that classroom, too. Because I watched the video. After you stated that, I went and looked and searched, and I searched for the whole video, okay? And I didn't want to speak on that night when I saw you talking, heard you talking about it, but I watched the video. I said, let me find what's really going on. Let me really get the information. Right. And all the fucking young men in that class, black and Latino, they put their head down like some fucking pussy.
Yes.
So
now, let's be careful. Now, let's be careful, though. Well, let's be careful with this. Remember, everything is not what meets the eye. I just want everybody to listen now.
Listen.
Because it's easy. Go ahead.
Brother.
You hear me?
In this situation, I had females call me and say, you know what? Yo, Black, what you think about this? And they had that same perspective that you about to probably preach to me right now. I said, look. The young lady's about fucking 5'2", 5'3". Hi, Miss Joy height. She's about 75 to 90 pounds, less than Miss Joy. That motherfucker lift the table up. That table and chair set weighs about 30, 40 pounds, bro. That's the same fucking chair that I went in high school and sat in 30 years ago. 30 pounds. He threw her in a chair, which equals to about 120, 125, maybe 130 pounds. Once again, like she was a fucking football.
Yeah.
Like it was a flag football contest. Oh, you king, the video game. That's what he did to her. And he dragged her after that. He threw her, she flipped at least 2 or 3 times, whipped inside the chair still. Then he dragged her from out of the chair, and then he said to her, stop resisting and put your hands behind your back. And all the videos stated that she was disrupting in class. They didn't say she was disrupting class. They said she was having a bad day. First of all, you know what? I volunteer in the school system, you know what I'm saying, at the school I graduated from in high school. And protocol is, before you even call the police officer or the resource officer, that's what they call them up here in the state, you call a counselor, you call the principal, the police officer the last person to come. Okay? Once again, as a state employee, I'm trained. I do the least resistance. No different than what any police officer, anybody else's job is. We do least resistance first. So if that police officer came in and said, young lady, I need you to stand up. I need you to take you out of this class and be interruptive. If he couldn't do it, he's supposed to make a phone call. You know what I'm saying? Yo, whoever, blah, 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 I'm in a situation, I need some help. You know why? Because that help, somebody coming covers himself. It covers him. And also doing it. He didn't do that.
Let me import on that, though. Let me import on that.
One second. He went in on a steroid rage because the motherfucker was on some steroids. When he said, you know what, I'm going to flip the shit out of this young black chick. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't say chick. He said something else. And he did what he had to do. But you know what? Like I said, I fought the kids in there, but not even supporting the kids. I foremost that black teacher because I seen that shit. I said, this is the black fucking teachers here. You cannot deal with your own fucking children. You don't need to be fucking teaching, bro.
Right.
If you can't deal with the kids in your community, obviously you're not from that community because if you did, you would know that community, know that she may have some type of issue, whatever. She might have been on a period that day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? She might have been having her feminine cycle that day, you know what I'm saying? And she didn't want to be bothered in class, but yet, no, you are calling resource over. She's a fucking senior. She made it to her seniorship. It ain't like she stayed back or she's a troublesome kid. She's a senior. This is her last year in high school. Troublesome kids don't get to that point.
Who just lost her mother.
Now, I would say this. Now,
just lost her mother.
We talked about the subject matter. Now, that's cool that you broke it down, brother. That's the subject of what they put on there. Now, we got to start looking at the objectives. We got to start looking at what does it mean for everybody else. Remember, you got to look at it holistically. There was a brother that was involved in that, too, that they locked up, that they don't even mention about. See, we put our focus too much on one thing, and they want us to focus on it. Yeah, that was a terrible thing. I agree with everything that you're saying. But really, to me, that's just bullshit to me. Why? I'm going to tell you why. Because she's going to be all right. She's going to get paid her money. They're going to handle their business. Done deal. But what I'm saying is there are people out there that got done worse shit done to them, including women that has been done by the police, by our own brothers and sisters out there. So when we don't hold everybody else accountable, we can't hold white boy cop accountable. What I'm saying is we're killing each other all damn day long. Put it like this. Her mother probably had an abortion. Ain't nobody saying nothing about that. Her mother probably, feeding the kids poison.
He has no right. He has no right to throw that child around. No. Okay, I know that black folk need to get their stuff together, but we cannot justify what this officer did because black folk need to get their stuff together.
I'm saying. I ain't saying no justification.
I definitely agree with that.
Get to throw her around?
No, I'm not justifying. This is what I'm saying. Listen to me closely. I'm not using justification for it. I already said I agree with everything that y'all saying. But you got to take yourself out of the immediate situation because no one done nothing about it. So therefore, the only thing you can do is analyze it, be objective, and understand what it means to everybody else. Okay. We emphasize it because it's a female that got thrown. If it was a dude got thrown like that, we wouldn't be as mad as we are. We'd be mad, but we wouldn't be as mad. Trust me on that. That's a fact. We wouldn't be. So this is what I'm saying. This is the limited love that we don't have for each other. You see what I'm saying? It takes a cop to beat a woman for us to get really mad. Meanwhile, niggas get their head blown off every goddamn day. I'm in Chicago. I see it every day. Niggas laying dead. Ain't no cries for that. 9-0. And I'm not trying to make it a gender side or nothing like that.
Wait. There are cries. You know what? This is my thing with this. Let's stay on topic. And the topic is that little girl getting thrown. As far as people not crying, that's BS. Because if the average Negro or other black people who had concern, there are organizations in Chicago, like I'm from Newark, New Jersey, and we're going through this similar situation that's going on in Chicago, and there's organizations like in New Jersey called People's Organization. Wait.
Just one at a time, y'all. Okay, one at a time, y'all. We got time to get it out.
Let me finish.
Yeah, one at a time, y'all.
There's organizations like the People Organization for Progress in Newark, New Jersey. To say that African Americans are not basically participating or trying to come up with solutions to curb the violence, you're being disingenuous. So that right there, I don't have.
Well, let me get to the nitty gritty of it. This is something that y'all may not know about. Well, let me help you understand. All this is dealing with contracts. Let me help you deal with this. Her mother signed a birth certificate with the corporation that's connected with that cop to come in and do his job however the hell he want to do it. See, we don't go to the root and cause and understand how this shit goes. See, we look at the surface of it and look all like, oh, she got thrown and all that. Well, she didn't get killed. She's going to heal. She's going to be all right. She's going to be fucking all right. Don't take it overboard. See, we got to deal with the stuff that's really happening. See, right now, somebody's getting their head chopped off, blown off, beat down. And we're not emphasizing that. We're emphasizing what we've seen on TV. Remember, it was on TV. Anything on TV. You got to use your conscience. Anything on TV is to divert you.
Broke her arm. Pam said broke the girl's arm, sprained her leg, bruises on her body. She was a foster child and an orphan. So she got her leg.
Look at everything. Look how you're breaking it down. Psychologically, everything's wrong. What's wrong with it? Listen to what I'm saying. When the last time have you done that about a little boy? When the last time have they said anything about, well, you know, he's having distress, he ain't getting no pussy, da-da-da-da, and all that? You don't hear that. You don't.
Oh, I hear it. If you're asking me personally, if that same man or even if a female would have done that to a young man, I would be just as pissed. You'd have no right to put your hands on our children like that.
On the outrage. They use our energy to be outraged on the smaller things. It's important. It should be recognized, but that's not the big picture. See, this is how they get us. Every time they show us get beat on TV, every time they show us get shot, they distracting us. Yes, it's real, but you got to understand that's a bigger picture that we have to handle here. That's why we're not able to do shit about it.
Well, what's the bigger? Prove me wrong.
I agree with you, but I'm going to respectfully disagree because I don't give a fuck if it's a big picture or small picture. You know what I'm saying? That's someone's fucking child right there. You know what I'm saying? It makes no difference.
I'm just saying this. I'm too much of a realist, man. If you're going to go and do something to him, you think you're going to do something. If you're not going to do nothing to him, ain't no people going to keep talking about it, man. I'm just saying, let's keep it really real. If you're going to do something to him, they're going to do something to him.
Well, see, what we need to do is do something big and small on all fronts. You know what I mean?
The thing is, like I said,
you see what I'm saying? How are you going to reach that top?
I do understand that. I understand what you're saying. But like I said, one life doesn't make a difference or sacrifice another life. I don't give a fuck if it's a big or small situation. You know what I'm saying? That young girl was violated. She was violated. And I'm not saying that her violation is no different.
I got a whole archive of shit that happened to people for the last 10 years that's 30 times worse than that. Y'all not talking about that. You can't emphasize that shit to me, man. You can't. You cannot.
I tell you what, you can't.
Those same women, check this shit out. Let me break this to you, man. Let me say what I gotta say.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Now, I've been riding with you. Let me finish. You can't say that I can't authorize that because I deal with this shit on a fucking daily basis. You know what I'm saying? And I don't swallow my fucking tongue, and I work for the fucking government. I don't swallow my tongue. You know what I'm saying? I don't swallow my tongue when it comes to these fucking kids because, you know what? I was one of these fucking kids at one point in time. I fucking had my life fucking took it from me, and I was brought back to life. So when you tell me, you know what I'm saying, one life doesn't matter, so you can't tell me that. You can't tell me that.
Newsflash, I was a child too, bro. Newsflash, I was a child too. Now, let's move forward.
Okay, y'all. One at a time, y'all.
Bro, I respected you. I never interrupt you. Let me finish. What I'm saying to you is, you know what I'm saying, that's someone's fucking daughter. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? The time is for people to fucking step their game up. That's what it is. Brother and sister, wherever you are, we need to fucking step their game up.
If nobody is not going to touch that top, put it like this. Go and get the top, man. Go and get the nigga. Don't keep talking about it. Don't keep talking about it. Does somebody fuck with my side? I'm going on him. Ain't no keep talking, man. We can't keep doing this shit, man. We look at still white pop. We keep talking about what we gonna do. Ain't nobody did nothing. None of these cops, none of these people that killed us. None, not zero, not one. I don't give a fuck how many guns you got. Nothing. Ain't no nigga done shit. That's a fact. Show me one.
Well, we need to start.
Stop talking.
No, but we need to start. We need to start.
Are you saying that if you're not going to go take a life, then don't talk about it?
No, what I'm saying is, if you're not going to do nothing about that specific situation that you actually emphasizing so greatly, then why, you can bring it up, we can discuss it, but we going way out, man. Like I said, I got archives of shit that's 30 times worse than that. What cops do?
All right, bro. You got archives. But what have you done about them archives that you're talking about? Because you're on the phone. You're on the phone
and analyze it. I
didn't say I'm going
to go out there and kill them because
you're contradicting yourself because in one instance you say, you know what, if you ain't going to talk about it, if you ain't going to do about it, don't talk about it. Yeah, no, you telling me.
No, brother. Your mind is, you're going to emotion mode. I say, you analyze everything. You analyze the situation and say, what I'm going to do in steps and how I'm going to react or what I'm going to act on it just in case it come my way or in my neighborhood. So in your neighborhood, which is going to happen, in your neighborhood, some niggas going to get killed, some sisters going to get fucked up, What are you going to do in your neighborhood that's similar to that situation?
Well, I'm going to tell you what I'm doing right now. I'm telling you what I'm doing right now.
I call everybody bluff based on the now situation. See, we saying all this, but we're not really doing it. You get what I'm guilty too, brother. We're saying it, but we're not doing it. Yeah, I'm mad as hell just like y'all. I can't stand to see what I saw there. But I know I'm not going to catch the plane, go there, fuck the cop up, me talking and being Superman ain't doing shit for that little girl. Nothing at all. Nothing.
Nobody, but we're calling attention to it. I'm not going to hold, like I'm doing what I can do right here, right now. And this is what I can do right here, right now. I can't run to this child and run over there to the school, but I'm doing what I can do right here, right now. And I believe that it's important. I believe that Black Lion is where he is, doing what he can do right here, right now. Yeah. But you don't hold, like you said, you have to do the work within yourself. You have to do the work. So if I'm upset and I'm angry and I'm saying this is injustice, then that's the energy that I'm going to put out there.
If you ain't felt like doing what everything y'all been saying today already, it don't take me to see no girl get thrown across to feel like I want to fuck these people up. I already been felt that way. I don't need to see the extra shit. I already know what they do. You see what I'm saying? I don't need no example that they put on TV. I need to get my ass up.
Already know.
And you know what, brother? You know what, my brother? You know what, my brother? I understand that. And you know what? That's why tonight, when I was dealing in grievance with my aunt, I have my young cousins over there, my young nephews, and I sat down and I've been breaking bread with them for the past couple of days. I said to them, you know what I'm saying? You know what? This is the type of shit that's going on right now. I need y'all mentally and physically get ready. You know what I'm saying? I got the past couple of days. I've been bringing my young cousins and nephews to the gym, me working out. I've been fucking training them with their fucking guns. I've been teaching them mentally that they need to handle their business and take care of their kids if they got kids. And I told them, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to bang for you on some real shit, but I'm not going to bang for you on no dumb shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my young cousins are still in the fucking streets. I'm pulling them from the streets right now. And I'm letting them know that, you know what? I will fuck with you if you ain't hanging in the streets. And I will do what I do. But you know what? I'm not going to deal with no nonsense. I'm not dealing with the fuckery. When you call me up and you say, yo, cuz, yo, Black Lion, I need you, it better be on some real shit. You know what I'm saying? And I guarantee you, and my family and my circumference, the motherfuckers that I'm dealing with, whether it be my friends or whatever, or my close compadres, it ain't fucking going down like that, bro. It ain't going down like that. You know what I'm saying?
Now you're speaking. I know that you're supposed to
bro. It ain't now you speaking, bro. Because you know what? If you listen to the first interview the Black Lion Speaks, I say that from day one. I'm out here training kids.
I'll check it out.
Bro, I was in the park. Check it out. Check it out, Lancescurv, Black Lion Speaks. I was in the fucking park.
He's speaking truth.
Lancescurv called me up, and I told him, bro, I'm in the park right now with these young boys getting their fucking bodies right. I'm getting their minds right. So don't say to me, I'm not doing what I'm doing, because I do what I got to do. And like I said,
I'm not that guy, man. I'm not that guy to say what you're not doing. I'm not that guy.
Let me speak. And I say this with endowment and humility. Motherfucker call me up, I will risk anything I need to do to come support that next man, because that's the type of person I am. That's the type of person I am. You understand me? You know what I'm saying? My grandfather church was burned by the fucking KKK when I was 8 years in South Carolina. Go fucking do the history. Go listen to the Black Lion Speaks, okay? My grandmother was killed by a racist goddamn drunken driver in South Carolina, okay? And he was acquitted because they said she was jaywalking, okay? Don't tell me about oppression. You know what I'm saying? My ancestors speak to me nightly. I don't fucking sleep, okay? I don't fucking sleep. I'm at ease and on guard every fucking night.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I do what I got to do. I'm out in the streets. I work a 9 to 5 to get that paycheck, take care of my family. But you know what? I still train myself mentally. I train myself physically. I train any young man that has some substance. And even if they don't have substance, if I can bring them to me and get them closer, I train them and we get fucking ready. You know what I'm saying? Right. What you doing in Chicago?
What I'm trying to get y'all to, I'm just trying to get y'all to understand something.
I say to
sir.
We're getting blurred up.
We're not going to fight, sir.
All right, we're gonna let you finish. Let's just take a breath, because the recording is getting muddled now. We really can't hear anybody now. Let's just take our time and get it out one at a time.
Sure. 1 second.
Okay, calm down.
Anybody that settles war and the physical and the spiritual understanding that, you know what I'm saying, the battle isn't won on the forefront, bro. It's not won on the forefront. It's won in the end. You know what I'm saying? War, you know what I'm saying? The war continues on. You know what I'm saying? You can win a battle today, but then you're going to be exhausted before that war ends. You know what I'm saying? And I trade my fucking kids and my cats for the fucking long haul. I'm not training them for today. I'm training them for fucking 3 weeks later.
Let me say this, man. Look, everybody gonna put themselves on the pedestal. Everybody gonna say what they do and all that. That's nice. That was a good resume. That ain't what I'm looking for, man. My point is, what I'm saying is, I'm just trying to get the sister and everybody that's listening. Look, I know that's a fucked up situation. We got it. We've seen it 1,000 times. What I'm saying is, when it's on TV, slow down. Slow your minds down. When it's on TV, it's selected. Let me say this again. It's selected to divert your consciousness, even though it's real. Get what I'm saying? They want you to put your energy too much into that for you not to still do what you need to do. Check this shit out.
I understand that. But what I'm saying to you is, the countermeasurement to that is, you fucking train your people so you get them understanding that. You train them, you get understand. Like I said, and you're basically, what you're saying is what I said. You know what I'm saying? The battle is a battle at the beginning. What you're telling me is that there's a battle going on. They're showing you a battle at the beginning, but they're not producing the war to you. And like I said to you, I train my fucking young men, my family, for the war. I train them for the war. I don't train them for today. I train them for tomorrow.
Hey, brother, man, you're doing a lot of training. I'm going to get trained by, I want to get some training by you then. See,
Black Lion is the truth. He's the truth. We're getting kind of muddled here. Let me say one thing in here, y'all. That it's different ends, two sides of the same coin, and we're all part of the same team. And we're merging. This is birth. This is growth. This discussion. Right. This is a very unique discussion, and it's causing people to really think on a different front, because this is the kind of talk that we should have had at the Million Man March. See? Mm-hmm. This is the kind of talk that we need to have every day. And all of our ancestors are not letting us sleep, because look what time of the morning it is. Look how intense we are. And it's a beautiful thing. And that means we're connected, and we have so much passion that even our intense words are not really against each other. It's just that we're stumbling over each other because we're all feeling the same thing. But it's like people coming to the same party from different cities. They have different directions. They have different roads that they take to get to that party. So instead of comparing and saying, well, your directions are wrong and nobody here said that, but let's not lose view of the fact that we're all heading toward the same destination.
That's what I'm trying to emphasize.
But also on all fronts, whether it's small or big, on all fronts, we don't let one iota of foolishness go by in our community against any one of us, no matter who we are. And we are to be ready to defend each other at the drop of a dime, no matter what our philosophy. Okay? Because you see, there's a disrespect that comes when people know that you're not ready and you don't have a unified front. Sure, somebody might be coming out of Catholicism or Islam or Christianity or Judaism or Buddhism, but it's all one black ass when they take an aim at your ass. You see? Absolutely. So we need to look, if you look at the Jews, right? The imposters, in other words, when you look at them, I'm not going to say they get respect, but people know that they're going to make sure that they're not letting any one thing go. Yeah. But when we see something happening and we start whipping out the cameras and standing, now if a little kid do that and he can't defend and he's recording something going on, fine. But you got big strapping men sitting around and watching our young girls fight, all so they can have their titties exposed in the fight. And we got grown men sitting there, yeah, girl, rip it off, rip it off. That's unacceptable. They need to get their asses beat on the spot. See? Me driving through the underbelly of Orlando, Florida, I see a lot. And there are times when I've had to get up out of my seat. Maybe they hear this. Maybe I won't have a job. But there have been times I won't say what has went down, but there's certain things that I can't stand no matter what time of the day or whose plantation I'm working on. And this is why we're up this time of night. But on all levels, it's time for action on all levels. And like Black Lion so beautifully said, we're going to die anyway. We're going to make the transition anyway. I don't want a nondescript transition. I would like to know that my life meant something and that people will remember how I tried to live my life when I became more and more conscious, right? We want to leave that mark. And it's not about fame. It's not about Facebook hits. I'd like to know that when I make it to the other side, I got there for a reason and it proved my conviction to what I feel on the inside on what's right. So we're all on the same page here. We're just kind of, you know, passionate. So I love everybody here. I love all my listeners. I get cussed out on a daily basis when I put up videos speaking my mind. I get all kind of people coming and shut the fuck up and all this and all that. It doesn't bother me one bit. The main thing that I'm concerned about is my family here and my extended family and us coming to a certain mentality where we go beyond just this repetitious marching that doesn't do anything for us. And I love the fact, Black Lion, that you're speaking about weaponry. And we're going to have shows on that. And I would like for you to share your knowledge and your training. We're going to have a show where you just talk about that and get our minds right. Because believe it or not, when I get the people telling me to shut the F up and I get all these hits, I put up a video on Facebook yesterday, 24 hours ago, and it's got close to 4,000 hits on Facebook. And most of the people are people who don't really know me. They came in on it. So that shows that there's a reach. They're listening and they're watching because we're hitting nerves, okay? We're definitely hitting nerves. So that's a success story right there. We're not just preaching to the choir.
Hey, Lance, you know what?
Yes.
And that was what you just broke down was my whole thing. Only thing that disgusts me is the shaming, meaning, oh, well, you know, what are you doing in this city? Or, you know, we can't talk about that girl getting her ass kicked because what about black on black crime? Come on, we gotta get over that, and we have to become thinkers. We have to become strategists. We have to come up with a plan.
Yes,
we can't get into these diatribes that they have in these endless conversations. If we want to listen to endless conversations, we can turn on CNN, we can turn on MSNBC, and we can turn on Fox, and they're having the same damn talk.
That stuff makes my head hurt.
Only thing I'm saying is this. I don't get into, you know, why we paying attention to that over there because this over there is happening. Like I said, there are men. We're basically shitting on the people who are in the street doing the work that I know personally. They're not on CNN. They're not on the Lancescurv show. They're not on the internet, but they are out there. Families who've been victimized by gang violence.
Yes.
So, you know, listen, at the end of the day, everybody has a point. It is psychological warfare. And what we are witnessing is basically a continuous mental staging. It's just like what they did in Iraq with shock and awe. They shocked the people by the air. Then they came in with the military. They sent pamphlets. They sent their propaganda team. What we are witnessing now is a campaign that they're basically desensitizing the American population, whether it's white, Asian, Arab, whoever is in this country, to the. What we are witnessing is stock being plummeted. Our stock in this country being plummeted. Yeah. So that little girl getting thrown across the room is strategic. They're basically desensitizing us.
Yes.
So again, just like I did prison time, and one thing that you can't do in prison, you can't let one light thing go. Because once the rest of the prisoners see that you let one light thing go there, that's how they're going to carry you your entire
That's
day.
right. That's right.
So we cannot let little shit like that go. That shit is not little. We can handle what happened to that little girl, and we can also handle black on black crime at the same damn time.
Absolutely, absolutely. I agree completely. And guys, we're going to do the close up because we're at that half an hour mark.
Yes, thank you.
So we're making our closing statements, guys.
Well, like I said, brother, I don't know if you misunderstood me or you haven't heard the Black Lion speak, but I suggest that you do listen to the videos previous and prior that I spoke, because what you're saying right now, or what you just stated just now, that's what I stated. I stated in the past that, you know what, I don't subscribe to the meanings of the small things that go on and I support Chicago, and I state this when you got brothers being killed, and I specifically stated, you know what I'm saying, because I do the numbers, because I'm a criminologist. I deal with criminology. And I know that, you know what I'm saying, in the past couple of summers, okay, there's been an average of 60 murders a weekend. And I've stated this in the past, you know what I'm saying? How can, as people, we get upset over one incident when we got 60 deaths going on at one particular moment? So I have stated that, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like I said, you know what? You can't always talk about what you're doing, bro. You can't always tell the enemy what your secrets are, you know what I'm saying? And anybody that studies the books of Sun Tzu or any other books of military strategy, you understand that, you know what I'm saying? You never give your enemy your fucking strength.
That's right.
You surprise them with the weakness, and then you come with the fucking strength. But like I said, trust me, man, you know what I mean? It's a lot of shit going down where I'm at. Like I said, I'm from Connecticut, bro. You know what I'm saying? Connecticut was up there with Chicago the past fucking 5 years. You know what I'm saying? We was number 1 and number 5 at one point in time in the cities and shit. And we actually had 3 cities in the top 10 as the murderous and most destructive cities to come to. You know what I'm saying? So you can't tell me about what's going on here because, like I said, yes, I do work for the government, but I deal with these fucking young men that's out there that's so-called being called savages. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And I'm not saying I have a control over them, but I do have an understanding, and they do have a respect and rapport with me. So, you know what I'm saying? What I can say to them, that it's time to put that bullshit down, and I need you for what they do, you better believe they're going to fucking come support me because they support me on a regular basis.
That's right. That's right. And what we need to do, like I said, Black Land, I want to do more with you. Siah-El, more with you. More with you, Joy Green. You're coming down here. This is real. This is beautiful. Isn't that something? Okay, we have another call coming in.
I'm just waiting to say, I'm just listening because I'm a different little species over here, man.
But you're crucial. You're crucial.
Let me say what I got to say.
Yeah.
I have a different mindset when it comes to all these rhetorical or, repetitional things that I hear all the time. Right. All that you said, brother, I done heard that shit 1,000 times. Sorry.
I hear you.
I done heard it. Listen to what I'm saying.
Heard it, but you ain't seen it.
I ain't putting you down.
You heard it, but you ain't seen it. You heard it, but you ain't seen it. That's a big difference.
That's not my concern. That's not my concern.
That is your concern. That is your concern.
No,
because
it's not. Let me tell you why it's your concern.
Because you've been let down.
No, let me say what I have to say, bro. You've been talking the whole goddamn show, man. You've been talking most of the whole show, man. Let me say what I got to say, bro. Let me say what I got to say. Because you've been on and talking about your whole resume, the whole goddamn show, what you're doing. That's good, man. I applaud you, man. Damn, do it. But look, brother, that shit still don't mean shit. How about that? Why? Let me tell you why. Because it ain't putting no dent in the system, man. I'm looking for dent in the system. When they make that European, you make that European shake, nigga, I'm coming to see what you got. See, everybody say they got something. Everybody's saying they doing something. Everybody's doing something where they fucking up or doing something constructive. The point is, are you doing what is truly need to be done?
You know what, bro? I studied your tape that night. I listened to your tape 5 times. Okay? And I respectfully heard that you said to somebody, you would say, if somebody asks you what you doing, you're going to say what they doing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to come back at you. I told you what I'm doing. You can look up my resume. What the fuck are you doing? Because you're talking about
you from Chicago. Let me tell you what I'm doing. I'm glad you asked that. Let me say what I got to say, brother. You still throwing your resume out. You still throwing your resume.
Let me finish, though. You know what I'm saying? Because you say you're from Chi-Town. I got boys from Chi-Town. I got boys from Chi-Town that moved to Connecticut, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got boys from Chi-Town was gangbang. I went to college. You're dealing with some ego tip, brother. I'm going to tell you right now, you're dealing with some ego tip. You're not talking to the average brother. I'm telling you, you're dealing with ego right now. I don't give a fuck what you got in Chicago, Dirty. I don't give a fuck what you got in Chicago. I'll let you believe that.
I don't give a fuck about that.
I will let you believe it's about ego. Like I said, my man, I ain't afraid to fucking die, bro. I'm not afraid to die. I died once. Listen, bro. I died once. I'm not afraid to fucking die. I done seen death.
So you can't go and kill the cop that threw the little girl, man. Just go and kill the cop that threw the little girl, man. Just go and do that and stop talking to me about it.
I hear you.
That's what I'm saying.
I hear you.
Go and do what you gonna do. Go and talk about the girl situation all day long with that shit, Kirby.
No, we're gonna. All right, okay. This is what we're gonna do. All right. You know, sometimes in a boxing match, you just gotta let the fighters fight and roll around on the ground. It's okay. But no. But we know it's all good. We know it's all good. We know it's all good. But the thing we got to do, look, yeah. But see, what we got to do. Listen. Let me just say one thing. In this whole thing, and what I've learned is to be a cool, calculating assassin. When I create things, and I know this may sound like a little ego thing or whatever, but this is from my point of view. I do these shows, but this is the end of, this is so far removed from why I came online. I'm an artist. I write, eventually started doing videos, and then this, right? And I learned a lot. And I've had people come at me on ego levels, on competitive levels, on I want to be you because you're doing the damn thing and I want to do it, but I ain't doing it type thing. Sabotage, lies, even trying to break up things in my home. Just because whatever. This is always going to swirl around us. But when we communicate to each other, let's do it in a clear way because there are other people that are overhearing this and listening. Right. And the oppressor will say, look at this. They started out good, but these are just another set of babbling niggas. And I'm not calling you guys that.
Exactly.
But listen.
Let me intervene with
Let me just say one real quick. Black
brother.
Lion is not that. Black Lion is not that. We have talked so much, more so than just on the recordings. And you're much more than that. We just have to find out.
Let me get on your show. Let me explain myself. Mm-hmm. Reason why all this shit is happening. That's why I say what I say. To show people how this shit will go up, how we will get in arguments, because that shows us we're not focusing on the right thing. That's my whole goddamn point. We're going to get into arguments like this and contention because we're not focusing on the right thing. This is what I'm trying. We're dealing with a mindset here. You say mind, well, we deal with the goddamn mind. And the mindset that I told you was on TV. And if it's on TV, why are you giving too much energy to it? Leave that shit alone.
And I know you're not. I know you're not saying it. I know you're not saying it like it's actually nothing, but to see it for why they're putting it out there so much because
they have energy. Put it like this. Okay, let me make a good example because y'all didn't let me get it out. Okay, her mother and her family or whoever. Guess what they're going to do? They're still going to assimilate her ass to the goddamn system. Guess what? They're going to call the next police officer. On our next guy. I'm talking about reality here. All this other shit everybody's talking about. I'm talking about the aftermath. What people going to do after that shit. See, nobody don't know put that in perspective. We just looking at a moment situation and not looking at what's the follow-up going to come behind that. If they get paid somebody, what they going to do with the money? They going to put it in the neighborhood? No, they going to put it like they going to buy them some goddamn Chanel. They going to buy them some red pumps. See, we not looking at ourselves. We can blame the white guy. If we love ourselves, that white guy would never be able to slam her in a goddamn classroom. It would never happen. It's called prevention.
And not only that, but we all have to deal with what's in our path. And those who had that situation in their path, they dropped the ball. I'm just saying, go hard every day, all the time, never sleep. I don't mean the physical sleep, but just always be on point on your post as a man on all fronts. To be there on a sensitive, emotional level, to be there where I'm going to give my life for you level, to defend, to protect, to nurture. That's what it's all about. And we all have our different talents, abilities, and stations. So I wouldn't call a foot doctor in to help somebody who has a heart attack. I wouldn't call a brain surgeon in to crack up a person's back like a chiropractor would. So we just have to fall in line, not meaning fall in line and dilute what it is that we're supposed to do, but fall in line for the bigger picture. And we all have a station. I don't know as much as maybe you guys know. I'm just a platform here and a regular guy who likes to do what I do. But that has a position, communication, getting the word out, being that thread through all the different parts of the fabric so the fabric is held together and it doesn't bring shame to the wearer by falling off and leaving them nude, right? So we all have our position, and these discussions, yes, this is almost in the trenches. This is in the trenches. We're in the huddle right now, like a football game. We're planning, we're talking, we're ironing out differences. So when the time comes for execution, we can do it effortlessly and seamlessly without any bother or confusion. So for the people listening, understand that this is what it is. We're having an open a family discussion, and that can get heated at times because we all see the same thing from different angles, not completely different ways, but different angles. And like I said, it's all in love. This is a passion that's based in love. It's not based in ego. It's not based in hate. And just like when we speak of the conscious community and say many of them or just want to sound a certain way or be heard or be the one to be thought of as having more knowledge than the other one. And really, I don't hear that here. It's real passion for our people. And like I said, our ancestors are waiting for us. And we're going to have to do the right thing. And I feel you brothers and my sister here, Joy, are doing the right thing. And we're all growing. Look, look, I may be at a certain stage of my development, and I may come off infantile right now. And maybe 5 years from now, I'll be more mature, where you say, wow, he wasn't what he was 5 years ago, but look at him now. So we're meeting each other at this different stage because 20 years from now, we're blessed to live. Trust me, our conversation will go even deeper than it is now, and the passion will be able to meter out. You see, and I love your passion. I love everybody's passions here. Black Lion, you're doing the right thing. You're doing the real thing. And if I had an organization, you'd be over the military way. See? And not that you can't handle the strategic thing. No, you can do that too. We all can handle all of it. But we all have a how could I say it, a talent or emphasis in one area more so than others. See? So it's a wonderful thing. And I hope other people hear this dialogue and chime in, leave your comments. Of course, we'll have the trolls who will cuss you out and say crazy things, but that only means that you're hitting a nerve. That only means that you're effective. You took that shot in the dark and you punched somebody straight in the eye. That's what that means. So we're going to wrap it up. We have 11 more minutes, and I want everybody to ease on out the right way, and let's just drop a few words. We'll sign off, but remember, this is not the end. This is only the beginning, because you know Black Lion, you know Siah-El and Joy and Samir, that we always do this. We always do. This show was done on a whim tonight. I was supposed to be busy real late. The opportunity came up when my business was taken care of. I said, I called brother Siah-El. I said, hey, let's do this. I made the link, set it up. I was eating my food, jumped out the shower, nicked myself up under my neck. That's why I'm holding my head down, because I'm a little bloody on my neck. Set the show up, and we're having this beautiful conversation. The ancestors set that up. This was destined already ahead of time before we even knew it. And what a conversation it is. But say your last few words for the next 10 minutes, and Joy will finish it up. And I'm ready to do this again tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all day, every day.
All right. Hey, Lance,
yes.
I'm going to sign off. I'm at work in New York City. I just want to say that I agree with both brothers.
Yes.
Always agree with Joy. You know what I'm saying? He's right. I mean, what I'm saying is we can agree to disagree, and every point of view is a piece of the puzzle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the brother L said. I agree with him. I don't even look at the news. The only reason I knew that this little girl was flung across the room was because I looked on social media, because I'm advertising for my business on social media.
Right.
So outside of that, I really paid no attention to what's going on in the news.
Right.
So, you know, I mean, we can have dialogue without belittling each other's point of view, but just understand where each other's coming from.
Right.
You know, that's just my spirit.
Right. Speaking of business, let me just interject. I want to put a business page on my site, Lancescurv.com. You have a business, you have any graphics or any information, just send it to me at scurvmedia@gmail.com, scurvmedia@gmail.com, SCURV media@gmail.com. Send it to me. I'll slap it up there for free. Whoever comes to the page, they'll see it. See? Like I said, there are other ways that I will be making money, but I'm not charging my people for that. So also I want to distribute that information in a way on the message board, melaninenvy.com, where I have regional areas and things. Whatever it is, we'll set it up right. But I want all the information. Send me the information for businesses, things that are happening, things that I could mention on this show, because we do this every day. You know, I got to break a leg or be in a coma or something for me not to do it. And if so, it'll be set up. I'll just be sitting here with my eyes closed. The show will still go on. Siah-El, Black Lion, enjoy. Give me your last few words, and we'll wrap it up for the night.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to say that I really enjoyed conversating with both of you brothers. I learned a lot. Believe me, through the whole thing, I was taking notes, honestly. And so I'm very excited that we'll be doing this again. I will holler at you later, Black Lion, Brother Siah-El.
Black Lion, on the topic. Brother Siah-El, man, I just want to say peace and bless you, brother. I have nothing but humility for you. Like I said, man, I heard your partial of last night, and I was on point with you. And as I state, man, you know, each one teach one is one to grow on. You know what I mean? There's things that I'm doing, there's things you're doing, but like I said, I will not allow anybody to discredit the things that I do, because like I said, when the shit hit the fan, you best believe my boys up at CT will be ready. You know what I'm saying? And I advise everybody else in all the other states, whether it be Chicago, whether it be New York, you know what I'm saying? Get your boys ready. I don't give a fuck if you got 5 or 10. You know what I'm saying? That's 10 more than we had before. Get your boys ready, mentally and physically. Get them into them books. And I do not subscribe to the tool. I do not subscribe to the tool, you know what I'm saying, because I don't believe that's the way that I should be taught. That's the way that the youth should be taught. You know what I'm saying? I'm in these books, man. I got over 1,000 books, man. I passed on 5 books today to the youth, you know what I'm saying, to read, that came to me stating that they need this education, they need this constantly to get their mind ready. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, you know what I'm saying, keep your mind focused. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about the beginning. You know what I'm saying? The old saying is, don't make a difference who start the fucking game, but who finish it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I prepare for. I prepare my boys for the finishing, not the beginning.
Wow.
Well said. Same here, brother. I say this, man. I would never put down what you say. I can't put down something when you putting up a military cohesiveness around. I'm not sitting to know what you're doing. I'm never going to do that because I have no reason to. But what I'll do is when it's emphasized greatly to me, stuff that's said over and over again, I'm like, okay, I got it the first time. You know, I collected those thoughts. You know, so all I try to do is this. All this is all about, and I'm going to say this, man, it's all about your contracts in the first place. The girl that got tossed, our contracts, where we signed the application, all this shit is a consenting to our demise when we sign this shit and not putting ourselves in the proper status to operate in this system, period. We're supposed to be in private citizen status. We're supposed to be secured party creditors. And see, these are the things that's swept on the rug and never talked about by all organizations. So that police, by contract, has the right to do whatever he wants to do to any motherfucker out there. That's in black and white, brother. That's what we have to start studying and know the real game. And it's called law. Because all of us that's out here talking about this shit, we don't know law. That's what I'm saying. That we don't know the number one thing that take our ass out, that put our brother out in the street. It's some goddamn law or statutes and codes that they're using. When you change the laws or change the statutes and codes, things change. That's the root. That's the cause. That's why they use courts on your ass. That's why they let the police go. Because it's in black and white that they can do that shit based on our consent from birth. See, that's why I say the things that I say, to say, okay, yeah, we doing all that, but we ain't fuck with those contracts, though. And that contracting energy, you consent to it, then yeah, you're a fucking slave. Because if you're an employee, that means you're a slave. That's what exactly what employee means. An employer means master. They just changed the word. That's it. So that's why I'm trying to open y'all minds up with that. So if you see it more, you'll see what I'm talking about.
I'm never going to advocate that any motherfucker do anything to our sisters or our brothers and whip it off like it ain't shit. That ain't what I'm saying. That's a responsibility that girl's mother, father, family has to attend to themselves based on the ritual that's being performed. You have to do that. You have to do an exorcism on that shit. We talking voodoo now. We talking ma'at.
Mm-hmm.
These are rituals planned on us. And you have to reverse. You got to know how to reverse that shit. Then you come with your guns. Then you get all that other shit. Our ancestors, that's what our ancestors taught us what to do. That's what our ancestors taught them. We just forgot it. That's all. That's why it's difficult to do. If we knew how to do rituals, man, for real, the real shit, we'll be able to fuck that cop up just by sitting in my room and do a ritual.
Exactly.
You see what I'm talking about?
And they don't want us to know. They don't want to. We forgot or we don't know. They don't want us to know it, and they know that that's our thing, and that's why they taught us that certain things are bad, because they don't want us, and they gave us something else, and the something else is like filling up a bucket with water, but it never fills up because it has 50 million holes in it. So they don't. This is why when they see you with a certain necklace on or a certain cap on, what does that mean? What religion is that? They start looking at you, you see, and they wonder, are you into that? Because they won't mess with you because they know our stuff, and they kept us away from our stuff, and they're using our stuff on us, and we sitting here thinking it's bad, and there are aspects of certain things that are not good now that we don't want to go, but that's us. How could we be against something that we are/were? And they're using it, not letting us know they're using it. They're fronting, but they're not really into that. They're not really into the front part. They into what we know is our thing. And they can't do it like us. See?
This shit is so deep, and I know we got to go. Yeah. This shit's so deep. If we knew how to fuck properly, if we really knew how to do that, we could get rid of them that way. But see, we done forgot it. This is why I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to get to the core of this shit.
Yeah.
Because everything else is just dealing with the surface.
Brother,
yes, we can get our guns and I advertise that we get our shit, but it's still not enough. I'm keeping it real.
Well, we're going to do this. We're going to be back here tomorrow night. And if you want to come on, you're more than welcome. The time kind of ran out. All I want to say, thank you so much, all of you, for coming on to the show. I'm going to be thinking about this all day tomorrow when I'm on the plantation. It's going to make my time on the plantation go by so fast because I'm just going to be so deep in thought. I might even miss a few people's bus stops. But for everybody, I'm going to be up, putting this up, getting this ready. If YouTube tries to screw me over, I got the whole show right here on my own recording. I just want to say, download the Lancescurv app. We'll have this conversation and all the other conversations we ever had on it, especially with Black Lion and Siah-El, all the ones with Joy Green. And download it. It's at the Google Play Store, the Apple Store, and Amazon. It's free. Just search Lancescurv when you get to those platforms, and you'll pull it up. We're on iTunes, SoundCloud, TuneIn, Stitcher, what else? YouTube, of course, and Blueberry, everything. We're everywhere. Damn it, we're everywhere. You know, so you can find us. Yeah, that's why I look like a raccoon. I'm up at night putting it up on all these platforms so you can't miss these shows. I appreciate it, and I'm going to say good night, but I want you to take it away, Joy.
You have been watching the Lancescurv Show, where the Titans come together, y'all. This was a fiery conversation.
Yes, it was.
I hope that you got a lot out of it, folks. I know that you hear the passion, but don't just hear that. Also hear the message. Learn, study. Remember to like. Remember to comment, share, subscribe, share, folks. We'll see you back here tomorrow. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.
Black 5 Lion. I'm out. Peace.